Sanders, aka Primetime, is the greatest corner to ever live, and basically no one could ever be better than him. That's basically what y'all want me to believe, that he's the greatest corner to ever live, and nobody shows proof of anything in the past, in the history, his stats. You could show some highlights of what he did, and it looks pretty and whatnot. Yeah, I give him that. But y'all want me to believe he's the greatest player to ever live and the greatest cornerback to ever live, and nobody can ever be better than him? Man, get out of here, man. I'm from Lauderdale. I don't know where everybody else from, but I'm from Lauderdale. We don't get down like that. This ain't about respect. This ain't about big names. I'm simply comparing best seasons. And if you want to talk about T-breaks and technique, I'm telling you what the hell the best technique is for everybody. If you're not T-breaking, you're not getting to the ball faster than anybody else. That's T-breaking. You're probably coming up an inch short because it's a game of inches. T-break is known for a fact the fastest way to break to the ball. This ain't about names. This is about you proving that he is the greatest without telling me what they said, and he's a lockdown corner, and he locked down the field, and he didn't have a safety in the middle field. What? The most interceptions he had in the year is 6 or 7. You understand what I'm saying? I had 6 or 7 interceptions in a year, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damn times. What we talking about here? I'm talking about comparing numbers and comparing stats. I'm gonna make it nice and easy. You can start from my 2006 season to my 2011 season. 5 seasons. I'm gonna put up 5 seasons. You do your research on my 5 seasons, and you can pick any season you prefer from Coach Prime Deion Sanders. His whole career, you can pick many seasons you want against my 5 seasons and do your homework. My 5 seasons against his whole career playing cornerback. Yeah, big talk. This big deuce here. Yeah, don't come in talking about how good somebody was without showing the numbers and the facts, because I could show you that. Let's see what you get. My 5 seasons against his whole career. That's player shit right there. You feel me? That's player shit. 5 seasons against the whole career? Can't nobody talk that shit like me, boy. You crazy, boy. Stop being brainwashed. You are brainwashed. A lot of folks are. And I'm just here to defend myself because I know I was like that. I was like that. I ended games. I changed the momentum of games from the beginning to the end. You feel me? Let's make sure we add the playoffs in this too, because I noticed he didn't have no playoff touchdowns, and I got 4 of them. I got the record. That means a lot.
Want zero transfer fees and
Street. I'll say this, man. Y'all welcome to Hayes Street, man. Spring break edition. We out here at Deerfield Beach, where it might go down. If you got kids in the room, just tell them, hey, it's part of the anatomy. It's biology. But anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to say to you, Street, man. Y'all welcome to Hayes Street, man. Go ahead and hit the like, share, subscribe button as we go ahead and dive into this thing. I know we're a few days late behind this because we be rocking. Guess what? We still the best dang show out here, man. Come on, man. Ain't nobody doing it like us, Street. Ain't nobody live on the block like us, Street. Ain't nobody live on the block like us, in the words of Asante Samuel.
Ain't nobody. No. That boy wide open, no way.
Yeah, wide open just like that right there. Listen, so what I'm gonna say is, nah, you ain't got nothing. So here, yeah, that's wide open right there now.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, what I'm saying is that South Florida came up out of Asante that say, boy, listen.
We know where I'm from.
let me say because this has been brewing a couple of days, man. For people that know or maybe don't know, Coach Prime, I don't know where he was, but he was speaking to somebody in regards to some technique, and he brought up the T-step technique, and he said he didn't like it, and then I'm kind of paraphrasing. He was trash, whatever. He didn't understand it. He doesn't see why they teach it. Yada yada yada. So I've had several calls from homeboys, people, in regards to the T-step. It is a valid technique that a lot of DBs use, right? And what it is, it's the turning of the foot. So people understand, as you're backpedaling, your feet are straight ahead. When you go to stop and plant, we all naturally keep your foot straight. Well, they introduced the T-step technique to turn your foot sideways, right? So you can put your foot into the ground. And so I just want to say this, Street, what this technique was about. And I haven't heard anybody say this, and I'm kind of surprised. The T-step was not only to help you explode more, but it was also to help you to keep from slipping. They used to be called put 7 in the ground. Why did they say 7 in the ground, Street? Because there's 7 cleats on the bottom of your shoe. So you have more surface area on the grass than just the ball of your foot, where you have what I want to say 4 cleats at the top. Right? So hopefully I'm making sense here. So if you just plant your foot with the ball of your foot, you only have 4 cleats versus the backside. So you T-plant so you didn't slip in grass, because grass gives. That was a part of it. It also helped you explode more. You have more surface area to take off with and all that other good stuff. So I just wanted people kind of get a background of what the T-step and why was it created, or how it came about in that sense. And as well as tell people it's football. It's more than one way to skin a cat, dog. Some people skin them from head to tail. Some people skin them from tail to head. At the end of the day, what kind of results do you get? What's your thoughts on this beef that's brewing between two greats?
I think there's stats, and then there's the entertainment part of it. And the bottom line, football is entertainment. Okay. And as much as athletes want to say, I put my head down, I'll bring my lunch pail, I ain't no talker, I go to work, you're not feeding into the entertainment side of it. And what Deion did was fed into the entertainment side of it completely. Right? Mm-hmm. From getting off the plane, playing a baseball game, flying to a football game, all of that is iconic stuff that will never be forgotten. I don't think anybody ever took the time. When people talk about Deion, they don't talk about stats. Mm-hmm. They talk about what they saw.
Correct.
Yeah. They talk about what they saw. And what they saw was a moment where a guy was doing something that we had never seen before. Asante Samuel, 51 interceptions, 4 Pro Bowl. Asante Samuel has an argument on paper. He has an argument. He does have an argument on paper, but it's entertainment. Football is entertainment. And the one that you're always going to remember is the one that entertained us.
Fair enough. That is true.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct. And as I was talking to homies about this, here's what I tell people. And this is actually to your point. Because Deion was bigger than life, he was marketable. He was memorable. He was boisterous. He was flamboyant. He was that dude. Stats do tell a story, but context matters more, right? And I say all that to say this. Asante Samuel, especially at the time him being with the Patriots, was primarily on a team where he wasn't the face of the program, right? And in this argument, discussion when I'm talking to the homies about it, you got to remember when Deion was with Dallas, if he didn't make a way to make himself marketable, he could have easily been swallowed up by the celebrity of Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. How many people can name the corner that played across from Deion? Who was the other corner? Now, if you're a real football buff, you know these things. But to the masses, most people don't remember. Hell, I don't even know. Now, if somebody says the name, I'm going to be like, oh, that's right. Because it wasn't memorable, to your point. Now, part 2 is when he went to San Fran. the Montana, the Craigs, the big names. Who played across from Deion at the cornerback at San Fran? So because he made himself bigger than life, especially with that whole thing, water covers 75% of the world, I cover the rest, or however it was, he did make himself memorable. So I say all that to say with Asante, he actually took a back seat from the memorable side behind the Tom Brady's, the Wes Welker, the even Randy Moss, the Falk, you know what I'm saying? All these other big names. And it overshadowed his true accomplishments on the football field. This is no slight to Asante. What we're talking about is memorability.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest thing why it's like that. Statistically, if we took both names off, you probably wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Most people would have thought Asante's stats would have been prime stats.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Prime 188 games. Asante Samuel 153 games. Here's just a few things. So Prime played 35 more games than Asante. 53 interceptions for Prime, 51 interceptions for Asante. 5 playoff interceptions for Prime, 7 playoff interceptions for Asante. 2 Super Bowls, they both played in Super Bowls. Asante Samuels returned 6 interceptions for touchdowns. I bet y'all would have never thought that. Like this man was out here balling. Now, Deion Sanders in all, you know what I'm saying, returned 22 total, like interceptions, punt returns, kick returns, kickoffs. But Asante Samuels has an argument. But the argument, the reason he can't win is because too many athletes opt out of the entertainment side of what they're doing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost a court of public opinion, right? The popularity contest for the prom king and queen, right? Or who should be doing what. To me, I still think Prime is the best athlete. I say athlete. I think Lawrence Taylor is the best football player to ever play the game. But I think, in my opinion, Prime is the best athlete. And he beats out Bo Jackson, in my opinion, just because he did it longer than Bo. But there's no doubt in my mind from an athletic standpoint. But back to what you were saying, to Asante's point, he does have an argument. The problem is you're now getting ready to argue the establishment, right? You're getting ready to argue the golden child. But Prime created himself to be the face of that golden child, if that's okay, because when he created that prime time, the bandana, the high stepping, the this, the that, all of that kind of stuff. So does Asante have an argument? Yes, he does. And there are probably a bunch of other people that have an argument. But to your point, Street, the memorable part of it is what is the deciding factor. And stats only play a portion in whatever. Because here's one thing else I'll say about sports. As much as me, you, Skip Baylor, everybody get on these shows and spew their viewpoints, there's never really a definitive answer, especially in football, because there's so many moving parts. Because now the argument goes to, well, what quarterbacks did Deion face versus Asante Samuels? Well, what kind of D-line did Deion Sanders have versus Asante Samuel? Did the D-line create all of the intangible things that create your success that's not stat-worthy? Did your D-lineman create that much pressure where quarterbacks were throwing the balls off? Was your defensive scheme better? Was your safety better over the top? That's why I say you can never truly have a real definitive answer. People use stats as a metric. I get it. What era did they play in, Street? You see what I'm saying? It's a never winning. Like, bro, we just saw my man went into the Hall of Fame with 220 something tackles in a season, and nobody remember that dude's name. But the best linebacker of all time gonna be Ray Lewis.
Why?
Because we remember the era. We remember, Like right now,
The
me and you, I don't know if
entertainment, dog. It's the
entertainment.
entertainment. Yeah,
I mean,
he entertained you.
spitting. Yeah.
That's why.
You know, and I always say this too, Street, is era driven. I don't know about you, but for me, Michael Jordan gonna be the best basketball player of all time, right?
Yeah.
Today's kids is Steph Curry. Between me and these kids today, it's LeBron James. In another generation, Michael Jordan gonna be old as doggone. He gonna, people gonna forget about it after a while. You know what I'm saying? People don't even talk about Dr. J, or people don't talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because it gets pushed on. But that's how I look at it, man.
Yeah.
But it all started about this dang on T-step, bro.
That's how it started.
All about the T-step. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can pull up Coach Prime's explanation about the T-step. And I will say this about what Coach Prime said. I hear him, I understand him from the coach's perspective, but that's where greatness sometimes misses the mark because they can't see what the average person has to do in order to be successful because they were so great at what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like Warren Sapp could come up here. I'm just pulling this out of my head. Warren Sapp could come up here and say, club slap rip. I've heard him say that 1,000 times. Because he was so quick, fast, and strong, that could work for him. But Aaron Donald may have to use a total different technique. Does that mean Aaron Donald's technique is wrong? No. Right. It was just club slap rip wasn't good for his arsenal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Street, do me a favor. You're going to have to hold this down for a second. I had to get some new gas for my grill because I cooked up everything last night. So the guy getting ready to deliver the gas right now. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back, dog, shortly. Holla at you.
So I mean, when you thinking about it, I think Asante Samuel is coming to life because I'm realizing like Deion is a Hall of Famer, right? Deion a Hall of Famer, and Asante Samuel is probably realizing, hey, y'all gonna act like I didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I see somebody compare Deion Sanders' 94 season to Asante Samuel's 06 season. Maybe with their best seasons. Games played. Deion played 14 games. Asante played 15. Interceptions. Asante had 10. Deion had 6. Deion had 303 yards. Asante had 120. Must be on returns. Deion had 3 interceptions for touchdown. Jesus Christ. Asante had none. Asante Samuel had 59 tackles. Deion had 34. Asante had a forced fumble. Deion had no forced fumbles. And Deion won a championship, Pro Bowl, All Pro that year. He's a Hall of Famer. And Asante Samuel don't have any of that. I mean, like I said, bro, I talk about entertainment all the time. Nike made us believe that football was a way of life, right? It's a way of life. It's a culture, and you live and you die by it. You eat it, you drink it. But at the end of the day, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. Yes, wins and losses, which are real, but it's entertainment. And if you leave out the entertainment side, you don't buy into the entertainment side, then you're not doing yourself any favors. Football is going to come to an end for all these guys. Some quicker than others, faster than others. We remember the people that entertained us. Now, if you're talented enough to be Barry Sanders, score a touchdown, hand the ball to the referee, don't ever say a word, and still everybody remember you, then okay. But Barry Sanders is the 1%, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the 1%. He was able to literally entertain us with his talent, and that's it. That's not you can't that doesn't work for everybody. So I don't think Asante Samuel has anything against Deion. I don't, but I'm sure he has lived his life and walked in his shoes and has been thinking this his entire life. I'm sure he has. And now with Deion being this figure at Colorado and back in the limelight again, and he probably like, now's the time. He probably got a podcast or something that he's starting, and he need a fire to get it going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, usually that too. When I saw it, I thought him and Shannon, I thought maybe he was coming under Shannon Sharpe or something. They be setting us all up for the okie doke. But no, man, I see people in the comments saying Asante Samuel, yes, man. On paper, he has an argument. Period. I mean, there's no way around it. He has an argument on paper. It's just that I don't think he would ever win because who he's going up against. He played from 2003 to 2013, 11 seasons for the Patriots, Eagles, and Falcons. Won 2 Super Bowls, went to 4 Pro Bowls. 1 All-Pro selection to the first team. 51 interceptions. Returned 6 interceptions for touchdown. He's an elite ball hawk, instinctive, zone man, always around the ball. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just one of those guys, man, that's always going to be underrated. But if he comes out and talk about it and start yelling about it and screaming about it, he's basically putting people on notice. Basically putting people on notice. Is it too late? Maybe. I'm sure if I was to check and see how many followers Asante Samuel has, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't have 100,000 followers. Let me see. Let's see if we can find him. Damn. He has 55,000 followers. See, he probably got 20,000 of those this week. He has 55,000 followers, which I mean, he was one of those go to work guys. You feel me? He was one of those, hey man, put my hat on, go to work, I don't talk about it, yada, yada, yada. And I think he's realizing that, hey, maybe I shouldn't have been so quiet, so quiet about it. So let's see what he had to say right here. Hold on. Let's see what he had to say right here about Shannon.
That Deion Sanders, aka Primetime, is the greatest corner to ever live, and basically no one could ever be better than him.
Wait up, okay. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear that. Y'all think I'm supposed to just sit here and believe? Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear that. Okay, for the people who didn't get a chance to listen to it.
Shannon Sharpe, Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Y'all think I'm just supposed to sit here and believe that Deion Sanders, aka Primetime, is the greatest corner to ever live, and basically no one could ever be better than him? That's basically what y'all want me to believe, that he's the greatest corner to ever live, and nobody shows proof of anything in the past, in the history, his stats. You could show some highlights of what he did and it looks pretty and whatnot. Yeah, I give him that. But y'all want me to believe he's the greatest player to ever live and the greatest cornerback to ever live and nobody can ever be better than him? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm from Lauderdale.
I'm from Lauderdale.
I don't know where everybody else from, but I'm from Lauderdale. We don't get down like that. This ain't about respect. This ain't about big names. I'm simply comparing best seasons. And if you want to talk about T breaks and technique, I'm telling you what the hell the best technique is for everybody. If you're not T breaking, you're not getting to the ball faster than anybody else. That's T breaking. You're probably coming up an inch short because it's a game of inches. T break is known for a fact the fastest way to break to the ball. This ain't about names. This is about you proving that he is the greatest without telling me what they said, and he's a lockdown corner, and he locked down the field, and he didn't have a safety in the middle field. Nigga, what?
What? Hold on. So I got Shannon Sharpe right here. Hold on. So I got Shannon Sharpe right here. Let's see what Shannon Sharpe has to say.
Cover corner, the shutdown corner,
Here goes Shannon Sharpe right here.
the lockdown. Where you think this term came from? That's nobody will ever say Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders in the same breath. You were fabulous. That's the greatest corner to ever put on pads and a helmet. The lockdown. Where you think this term came from? Where you think that term came? Ocho, do you realize where that term came from?
Yeah.
The cover corner, the shutdown corner, the cover one side of the field. When he took sometimes people like, when I say time locked it down, there was no safety in the hole. So if you ran the post, go back and look when he picked it on Rocket Ismail. He got him man to man.
Yeah.
They threw a post with nobody in the hole.
Yeah.
Time ran, jumped over the top of him and picked it.
Yeah. I remember
Put
that.
the ball up and came back this way with it. Asante, you are fabulous.
Yeah.
You're not time, man. You can put all these stats up. Bro, you're not time. I get it. Your technique, you said the T-step worked for you. Good. Ocho and I are trying to explain what we try to do is we try to eliminate wasted motion. Okay, you felt that the T-step would serve you better than to start the back pedal because everybody is up underneath them and come forward. You felt the T-step gave you that a bigger burst. No problem. Clearly it worked. You were a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
You won Super Bowls. You got 50 plus interceptions.
Yes, sir.
You're just not time. And it's okay.
Yeah. I think I like.
He call him prime time. He call him time. So he's talking about prime time. For the people who understand, he's talking about prime time. I don't know, man. It's an interesting conversation, but I think it goes down to entertainment. Hayes just walked out of here, man. I think he had to go do number 2 or something. I don't know. I didn't get to hear where he went. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be back soon. But that was Shannon Sharpe replying to Asante Samuel, which has been going on for about a week now. That's been going on for about a week now. And I'm surprised that I don't know. I thought maybe Asante was coming on the Shay Shay show to be part of it or something. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm surprised he gave him so much airtime. But listen, last night, bro, I sat down, Caneville, the villains, sat down with the number 1 player in the nation, Cantwell, and I'll let y'all listen to a little bit of that. Because it's only in the membership for the villains.
Villains, baby.
I'll let y'all listen to a little bit of that until Hayes came back. Oh, you wash your hands, dog?
I don't need to, baby. I'm always clean.
I hope so. This is Jackson Cantwell, the number 1 player in the nation. Jackson Cantwell is 6'8", 320 pounds. Both of his parents played in the Olympics, which goes into this 5-star thing. He's the number 1 player in the nation out of Missouri, offensive tackle. This is Cantwell.
World, so that's something that I know. Like I think that's why I hear from them a lot. It's just priority.
Throw that up there, Hayes. Right. Anything else you do outside of football? I know you throw the shot put, right? Well, they put a lot into this one, bro. You're 6'8", 300 pounds. You know.
always provide a good source of entertainment. I got 2 golden retrievers and a little dachshund who I'm watching right over there on the other side of my room, and they're always a blast. So that's something that's always good to fall back on too.
You got 2 golden retrievers in the house? You got 2 nemesis? Or is it kind of like everybody just runs from you in Missouri and wait for you to graduate?
Well, I play a lot of good football players, which I don't think a lot of people know about me. Like the area I play in is, as far as Missouri goes, I play in the biggest class in Missouri. I play in Class 6. I play class 6 teams. I mean, I'll play against somebody that's going to go Power 5 every year, and I have every year. I mean, I've played against like a lot of guys that are at a lot of good schools. I know one of them's going at Nebraska, one of them's at Michigan, one of them's going to Oklahoma State. I mean, I've played against a lot of good football players, many more that are also like, I mean, like that's the thing about Missouri is in the playoffs in Class 6, you're going to run into some teams that are really, really good as well. Like my OV there, I think that would either be like whatever I can figure it out. Really, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm still working on that, but I know I'm going to take Miami May 11th. I'm going to take Missouri May 31st through June 2nd, Georgia June 6th through June 8th, Michigan June 13th through June 15th, and Oregon, I believe, June 21st and June 22nd.
Okay, so you got all. It was this official visit.
It was fun getting to just learn all about the program.
What's the weather like? Okay,
I hit Miami, I hit Ohio State, and I hit Michigan. Over the span of 6 days, I was at Miami for 3 days, Ohio State for 2, Michigan for 1. I enjoyed all 3 visits and thought they were just good experiences to have.
You was at Miami for 3 days?
Yeah.
What made that one special? Is that just how they planned it to be a 3-day visit?
It was just kind of how it ended up working out, and I wanted to stay down there a little bit longer so I could like train in some warmer weather over spring break for track. But I mean, I enjoyed getting to it. I got to see anything and everything I wanted to see out of Miami, so it was fun getting to just learn all about the program.
What's the weather like where you at in Missouri?
Right now it's actually not too bad. It was 60s today, but over spring break it was probably about like 40s. I'd say low 40s most of the time. So I was glad to get.
Christ, Hayes, he says 40 in the spring, bro. The hell?
Yeah, no, except Florida, dog. It's cold everywhere except Florida till about May, bro. I learned that. I learned that. Shoot, I learned that the hard way, dog. I think that's a great interview, bro. But to your point, like I learned that the hard way, Street. I went to a memorial service in Connecticut in May. I ain't had nothing but shorts on and shirts because I'm not thinking cold weather in May.
Right.
Man, that man opened that plane door. That Hulk flew in there. I called my cousin and said, go to the mall right now and pick me a jacket. And that's how I got my first North Face jacket, dog, in May. I bought my first North Face jacket in May in Connecticut. Shout out to Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah. But that was Jackson Cantwell. For the people just jumping in here, man, the number 1 player in the nation, number 1 offensive lineman in the nation. He got one of them old 111s when you look at 247. You know what I'm saying? 6'8", 320 pounds. I know he is tired of getting on those planes to take those visits.
Them knees hurt, boy.
Boy, I say, boy, they sending you a private jet, man. You getting on Spirit. He said, if they sending me a private jet, I don't know nothing about it. Hey, oh man, you can check that out in the villain membership, bro. That's that's a villain membership interview, man. If you want to become a villain, bro, I'll put the link in the description.
That's for sure, man. Shout out to Street Man with the
exclusive.
Man, I play.
Why you? Yeah, dog. We've been exclusive, bro. We kind of.
That's what I'm saying.
So listen, you when you got out of here, I let them hear Shannon Sharpe reply.
Okay.
Yeah, I let them hear Shannon Sharpe reply, and Shannon Sharpe basically was just like, "Hey, man, like we could never compare you." You know what I'm saying? The same thing everybody say. Like, Deion Sanders is the reason we say lockdown cornerback. It's all a bunch of stuff that's not facts. The way we remember Deion.
And that's what I told you. It's all subjective. It's nothing definitive. And because, he's right. But just because you were first don't mean you were better. Just because you were last don't mean you were better. Like, that's the thing about it. Yeah, the lockdown phrase came. I totally understand it. But that's because, unfortunately, Asante was born after Deion, right? But, it's just, these are the round robin arguments that never come to an end because there's nothing. 2 + 2 is never going to equal 4.
Right.
And when you come to sports arguments. And so, yeah, I mean, to Shannon Sharpe's point, no one does think of Asante Samuel unless you're just a football buff. Like, you just got to be a football maniac. You know what I mean? To truly, or you are a Patriot fan or something like that, that really had you honed in on Asante Samuel. I guarantee this incident right here opened the eyes to way more people about who Asante Samuel was than before. Nobody knew he had those kind of stats.
Yeah.
Nobody knew he had those kind of stats. And it all stemmed from this. I'm sorry you had to run, but it all stemmed from this right here, which is what Prime was talking about. And I'm sorry. Take that one down, add this one. It all stemmed from this right here, because we're talking about a technique. And this was Prime right here was talking about this. And again, Asante Samuel, I guess he took exception to it because it wasn't a technique. He called a technique that he used to be very successful stupid. I'll let y'all listen to it.
Let me teach you real quick how stupid the T-step is. I'm going to teach you real. Now, Bucky, you're going to help me. Okay. We're going to walk backwards, then we're going to walk forward. Let's walk backwards.
Okay, we're walking backwards.
Now let's stop and walk forward. Why didn't you T-step?
I mean,
why didn't you T-step? Okay, let me show you how stupid that is. Look, I'm going to walk backwards.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to walk forward. Who does that? What fool does that? What idiot does that?
Hey, if I was
that's what I miss about the combine.
I would do it like the best. That's right. That's right. Do it like the best does it.
If one of my players do that, I'm ripping his face mask off. He's spending the rest of the game without a face mask.
Biggs for the 49. I got facts for you, Coach. Asante was not even the best on his team. If you say Ty Law, we can have an actual conversation. Okay, I appreciate that, Big, for the 499. Now, I'll say this, Street. This is where Prime shines. That example on the surface, makes 100% sense. Let's walk backwards. Let's walk forwards. And did you teach?
We're going to walk forward. Let's walk backwards.
Okay, we're walking backwards.
Now let's stop and walk forward. Why didn't you T-step?
Well, Coach Prime, and this is where I get my tag from, but I'm gonna accept it. The reason you didn't T-step is called physics. Your weight and your momentum, walking that slow, doesn't carry you back. It won't force you to tip over, and that is why when you walk backwards and go forwards, right? That's just simply it. But the faster you do something, you have to counteract that weight balance some kind of way. Whether you gather step, whether you chop step, right? You either have to chop to slow it down. It's just like a car.
Right.
Do you have to press the brakes on your car as hard when you let it roll by itself, or when you're on 95 doing 80 and you need to come to a stop? You don't press the brakes the same, do you?
No.
No. So that's why I say that's the genius in it, right? Because you don't have to. For a lot of guys, like I told you, that surface area, that T-step creates more. Think about this. If you wear a size 12 shoe, you have a size 12 planted in the ground to help slow you down, stop you, and then catapult yourself back going the other way. Versus on your foot. And you see a lot of DBs slip when they backpedal. And they slip is because they only have a smaller surface area. Now, people like Prime probably has very, very good body control and understands how to shift his weight. And he probably didn't even realize he was shifting his weight a certain way so he didn't slip, because that's what the gift is in being Coach Prime.
Right.
Sorry for the science lesson. Physical science lesson.
That's why you here, dog. What do you mean? Sorry. What you apologize?
I'm saying it being like, I don't mean like I'm apologizing. Like, I don't want people to understand that there is science to football.
Is he criticizing a lot of people when he say what he just said?
Probably 90% of the people who play.
Oh, crap.
I'll say this, probably 98%, because he is of the 1%. He is of the 1%.
Wow.
Like, so if you think about it, so where he made, I'm gonna say I would call it a mistake. He said it's stupid. And I think where Asante Samuel took exception was, hold up, bro. You telling me a technique that I used, probably mastered, is stupid, but it resulted in similar numbers to what you have.
Right.
And that's why I said at the beginning, to skin a cat, some people go head to tail, some go tail to head. But what result do you get? A skinned cat.
Yeah. Totally understood.
Yeah.
No, totally understood.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel's never going to win his argument. Does he get into the Hall of Fame?
And that's what's criminal when you look at stats.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll tell you about it. And now here's what's funny. Where Coach Prime has criticized the Hall of Fame, man, y'all just let anybody in. Right? Hasn't he done that?
Yeah.
But now you got a guy who has comparable stats to the greatest, considered the greatest of all time, and he doesn't get in. That's what's tough. That's what's tough, dog.
It is criminal. It is.
And like I said, the T-step was, like I said, it was taught. You got a lot of turf out here now, so turf doesn't give like grass, of course. But especially at the time when grass was wet, you did a lot more gather steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so forth. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Biggs, appreciate you for the $4.99, baby.
Shout out to Biggs, man. Throwing that cash.
So,
shout out to Josh, man. Josh said, definitely not stupid, though. I've seen the work for guys, but it's not my preference.
And there you go.
Taught T-step?
I did. Because you know why? I can honestly say I ain't never had no corner as close or even in the same galaxy as Asante Samuels or even Deion Sanders.
Nope.
You
sure about that?
Cornerback?
You sure about that?
I know you're going to try to bring up Duke, but I played Duke as safety.
I saw Duke go mano-a-mano versus Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Heidelberg. It wasn't me. I had him at safety. I said, bro, I want him to play all the field.
I saw that mug go mano-a-mano versus Amari Cooper, bro. Hey, Duke, you got Amari tonight.
Yeah. Bro, I even had Quentin Flowers. Winky played quarterback. I put him at safety. Because here's what I knew about Duke. If somebody broke, he can go get him.
Yeah.
He can go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say this. And I didn't see, I've seen the clip, so I didn't see you play it on here. But to Asante Samuels, to Shannon Sharpe speaking about your name won't come up. I understand. But his name won't come up because I think he had, I hate to say it this way, but a more quiet career than the Revis. Remember they had the whole thing, Revis Island and all of that stuff. Well, you have to remember this, dog. I guess I got to give Asante a little credit. You played for Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick don't be with all that. You got to do it the Patriot way. Remember Chad went there? All that showboating and all that. Randy Moss. Think about it. They didn't have big flamboyant careers. You ain't hear no Chad Johnson mic'd up and Randy Moss and you know what I mean? It was a system thing. You muted Street, maybe by accident. I'm not sure.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, that's part of it. That's part of it why he couldn't get into the entertainment side of it, right? Nobody was entertaining.
Yeah.
Nobody was entertaining at the Patriots.
I mean, even Tom Brady wasn't entertaining.
Right.
He won, and because of the Super Bowls, the quarterback is going to, of course, his face is going to be on everything. But yeah, it was no, you weren't going to be flashy. So although he had, I think, an outstanding career, and I give Shannon Sharpe, he gave him his credit. But it was interesting to see Chad Ochocinco up there kind of squirming a little bit because you're talking about generations.
Yeah.
You clearly saw Shannon Sharpe talking about Deion. Why? They played together, played in the era. But then you see who? Ochocinco, who went against Asante Samuels, and you knew that dude was the deal. And so he like giving Prime his love, but he like, yeah, but he like, look, bro, Asante wasn't no punk, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he was tight-lipped.
Yeah, it just.
Cause Chad probably saw it in 3D.
He probably got served up. Yeah, I don't know, man. I thought it was interesting. I just think that, when Prime said what he said, I don't think he was truly picking at Asante Samuels. I don't think he was even thinking about Asante Samuels when he said it. But when he did say it, he said it's the stupidest thing ever. Again, Asante, took offense to it because, wait a minute, bro. I made my bread and butter off that.
I mean, that, and also, you know how many people he's probably taught that to?
Right.
Asante teaches kids all the time.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I totally get that.
It would be like Aaron Donald right now coming out saying the club slap rip is the stupidest thing ever. And that's Warren Sapp's bread and butter. And Warren Sapp, like, what? It's the same, in my opinion, it's the same kind of argument. Maybe not, that's not good because Aaron Donald had more of a presence. But you get where I'm going with that. A newer generation, right?
Right.
It's kind of that kind of thing. Or maybe vice versa. Maybe Warren Sapp saying that's the stupidest move ever. And that was Aaron Donald's bread and butter play. And, but again, everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I know one thing.
What's up?
Prime bought that crib up out of Asante. Let me tell you something, boy. Huh, boy? I said that boy ready. That boy ready, Street.
What is he talking on, though? Is that his own podcast?
I heard he had a podcast, but I don't know what it's called or anything. But I did hear he did have a podcast.
I got something I want to run by you, man. Pro Day, huh? Throw that up there.
Person, that should be all they need to see. So I'm solidifying it today. They finally got.
If you watch that clip, at the end of that clip, Cantwell looks at the Tennessee Titans scouts and basically tell them, "Hey, I'm solidifying that spot today." How do you think the NFL is digesting Cam Ward? He got little dreads. He's very boisterous. How do you think the NFL scouts? Do you think they look at they think it's confidence? You know what I'm saying? How do you think they're looking at Cam Ward? He's one of a kind, bro. Like, I don't remember anyone with this level of confidence, bro.
I think it's twofold. I don't know the Tennessee people, so I don't know what their demeanor and what their outlook is.
They laughed when he said it. They thought it was amusing. Almost like, boy, we can't wait to get him on campus.
Right. So I say all that to say, here's why I'll speak on this first. Why I don't have a problem with Cam Ward being who he is, and people want to call it being humble or having humility. But he literally pulled a Drake. Started from the bottom, now we here. Literally, started from a wing T quarterback to potentially the number 1 overall pick. Went from incarnate word, no offers, no stars, Washington State, Miami. And I've said this before. The reason I believe Cam Ward came back was because the only box that was not checked was, could he lead? Could he be a leader? The same throws he made in Miami, he made them at Washington State. He really did. But I think the box that wasn't checked street was, could he be a leader? Could he be a leader of men? And I think he has really embraced that and showed it that, yeah, I'll be a leader of men. And hell, I'm going to be a little cocky with it. And now you asked me how the Tennessee Titans take that. Take it how they want. But long as your confidence, long as your confidence produce results, you could you could be your boy out there with the meat coat on at the Jets. Joe Namath.
Shout out to Really Flawed. She said, have y'all seen Lamar Jackson? Yeah, Really Flawed. Actually, I seen him in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Very confident kid. He was not this. He was not this coming out of college. I've never seen someone. Cam Ward, throughout the season, I used to say to myself at the press conferences, hey man, this guy says anything out his mouth. Like, he doesn't, like, those words are going past his brain. They just coming out his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't hold his mouth. He don't hold his tongue. I remember we asked him at Florida, was Florida allowed? How was Florida compared to the Pac-12 schools he played against? He said all the Pac-12 schools stayed and were allowed in Florida. He said that right in front of the Florida reps at the press conference. He said, listen, he started going Oregon, and he just said Washington. He said they all were louder than this. He said this wasn't that loud today. And throughout the season, he would just say things. I can't recall someone who would look at a scout on pro day and say, that's my spot. I don't recall it, Hayes. I can't recall it. I don't recall ever seeing this, bro. I don't.
Let me ask you this. Is he considered, I think this may be different too, because you got people jockeying for position. Is he considered the number 1 pick? However, like for example, Caleb Williams last year was the shoe-in for the number 1 pick. I don't think it was any question, no ifs, ands, or maybes. What I'm saying is he jockeying, in essence, kind of jockeying between he and Shador as the number 1 pick? Like, is he the consensus number 1 QB?
No, he separated himself.
You think so?
Here the last month, the last month and a half, he separated himself. Yeah,
okay.
I if they don't take him, it's a crime. The reports are starting to come out. Cam Ward is starting to solidify the number 1 spot, separate himself from the crowd, all of that.
I'm cool with whatever, to be honest. But yeah, I was just wondering because, like you say, Caleb Williams was just a shoe-in kind of from the beginning. He's going to be the number 1 pick to the Bears. Everybody knew it. Was no speculation. You had people rumbling, but that was what it was. That's what it ended up being. You understand what I'm saying?
See, Gennaro say Shador Sanders will sell tickets and Cam Ward doesn't. See, here's where my media expert comes in at. Cam Ward is horrible on social media, right? But every time a camera is in his face, which is in his,
he show out.
He's very he's very cool to listen to watch. And I believe that's the same energy and confidence he walked into the Miami locker room with, and he elevated that locker room. So I think Cam Ward will be effective selling tickets because when they put him in the press conference, when they put him in front of him, he's going to say the first thing that comes to his mind.
Yeah, you got some listen, you got some players and people out there like that. And that's
Yeah,
what makes
and it's
them
all
them.
natural, Hayes. I spoke to his daddy the other day, bro. It's all just who he is. It's not like Deion saying, hey man, I used to put on primetime was like a character. Like I knew exactly what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Cam don't want anything to do with social media. Like he dabs in it, but he just wants to play football. But he doesn't realize him talking all the way he is, his personality is very entertaining.
Kind of like Pat McAfee, right? We didn't really know who he was because he was a kicker. But when you see him on ESPN, he's probably just like that in real life.
Right. Pat McAfee was a kicker?
Yeah, for the Colts.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. Like he'd be a linebacker, right? He was a goddamn kicker. Okay, all right. That's fine. Whatever. But serious.
That's a perfect example right there. A popularity contest. That's a perfect example of dudes. Nah, you're right.
I know it's a kick at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Pat Summerall type dude. Yeah. A lot of people know Pat Summerall was a kicker too. He used to be with John Madden.
I knew he was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I hear people saying start calling the police. Cam Ward will not be the number one pick. Gennaro, I don't know where you're from, right? I haven't pronounced your name. Gennaro, I hope I pronounced it right. I don't know where you're from. I attended every University of Miami game this year except Syracuse, right? And I'm here to tell you, if you don't think this guy is going to be successful in that NFL, then I'm not sure what you was watching, bro.
Bro, he wasn't watching because he's a cult member. All he does is this. This is the same dude. Like, look, Asante Samuel, no Coach Prime, gold jacket, and Santa is not what.
He say he's a cult member. Hey,
yeah,
blame everything on the cult.
He is.
I believe you. I know.
See, look. Stop lying, Coach Hayes viewers, because Cam Ward is not a Sanders. He's a cult member, though.
Well, he's better than Shedeur Sanders. They're just both really good quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't think this guy can succeed in that NFL where you can't hit the quarterback, bro, you got another thing coming, man. Bro, Dog is the next. He's going to be the greatest quarterback ever to come out of Miami. Too bad y'all can't see it and I can, but whatever.
Shout out to LMVP. He's a cult member. Let him cult.
Let him cult.
I'm gonna let him cultivate right over there.
Bro. Dude has it. And he has the confidence and he has the work ethic. He has it, dog.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I'll tell you like this. It's never a problem till it's a problem. You could be as cocky as you want. You can say whatever you want, but you better have the results to back it up. Here's a perfect example. Gennaro. Coach Prime wouldn't be Coach Prime talking about he prime time and he out here getting burnt. He had the results to back it up. So you can create alter egos. You can create all this different stuff because you have the results to back up what you're doing. It's just that simple. You ever seen a trash dude garner that much attention? No. He gonna garner trash audience. If you get what I'm saying. So as long as Cam goes out there and plays and does his thing and whatever, you can talk as much trash you want. That's it. Here's a perfect example. Look, Floyd Mayweather, go there and talk trash he want. He undefeated. Adrian Broner, on the other hand, people start laughing at you. Because you have to get knocked out.
That damn Godwin went all the way back to Brian Bosworth. The
boss.
Shout out to Godwin, man. Godwin went back to Brian Bosworth, man. Hey, Godwin, tell the people the name of they cover the Dolphins, man. Tell the people the name of your channel, man. They cover the Dolphins. Shout out to
he got a channel? Edward got a channel?
He got a channel, yeah.
Man, you be on here all the time, bro. You be supporting. You ain't never told us that, man. Shout out to Edward Godwin, man.
Yeah, he got a channel.
All right, man.
Hey, that boy went back to Brian Bosworth. The motherfucker.
The boss. Oh, he said I don't do
He
that.
done laid down. He said he ain't got it no more. Oh, damn. Try to get.
I ain't know that. He always on here, man. Shout out to Edward Godwin. Edward Godwin.
Shout out there, man.
Yeah.
So listen, Hayes, I got another one for you, bro. You got to explain this one to me. Stanford head coach, put that up there.
Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, here we go.
We ain't even look down at the beach, man. We ain't got no swings down there. Stanford head coach Troy Taylor accused of bullying and belittling female staffers. Troy Taylor is now facing allegations from multiple Stanford staffers claiming he created a hostile work environment specifically targeting female employees. Accusations include verbal abuse, humiliation during staff meetings and practices.
All right. Before I answer that, Falcon to 305. Big props to Coach Prime, Southwest Florida guy. Appreciate you, Falcon, for the 305, as always. All right, so what's your question? You say this for me. So what's your question, Street?
What could he have been doing, bro? Like, that just sounds like a boss. What could he have been doing?
So in the coaching world, bro, I don't know this coach personally, but in the coaching world, vulgar and vulgarity is just what it is, right? Yeah. Cursing every 2 words, mother F this, what the F you doing, blah, blah, blah. Now, what I will say is this guy did not, if I'm just taking that surface level, I don't know what he said, but if he was just constantly in there talking to the defensive coordinator, coach, get your A in there and make sure they mother effing doing that. And then he turns to the lady staffer and says, Sally, get your A in that office and get me the new phone numbers of the recruit that's going on. What the F are you doing? It's a total different tone. Same tonality coming out of his mouth, but the target audience is totally different. And if that's the case, that's kind of what happens. Now, he could have been saying some real different stuff too. I get it. You know, guys talk to guys a lot different than they talk to women. But he looks to be an old school coach, and he probably just said the same thing to everybody, not reading the room. You know what I mean? Not understanding. Because you do have a lot of women, believe this or not, in football. They may not be coaches, but there are a lot of assistant staff, right? Support staff. Like usually you may have director of football operations may be a woman. You may have his assistant, his direct assistant, and that's a quote unquote secretary may be a lady. The training staff, the athletic training staff, the head trainer may be a lady. Like Coach Prime has a lady that's a head trainer. So let's just say that's the case. Sally, what the F you mean D Streeter hurt? Get his back out here. I don't give a what you got to do. Blah, blah, blah. She may not like that. So that's without reading into what he has done or said, that's kind of what I'm thinking. They're like, I don't like the way he's talking to me.
Darn. And that's tough, bro.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because ain't that like coaching environment? Like, ain't that just the coaching environment?
Typically, but again, everybody's getting tender. Don't talk to me like that. You know? I'm trying to see. I was looking at some of the stories here. Trying to see something that maybe a quote of something, maybe what he said. See, here it is. O'Brien, who is, let me see who O'Brien is one of the complainants. Quote, even during the interview with me, when talking about I guess it was a compliance officer. See, this is what I'm saying. You have a lot of ladies that are in the compliance department and so forth. So even during the interview with me, when talking about compliance issues, Coach Taylor's tone was forceful and aggressive. O'Brien wrote, end quote.
What?
Yeah, I'm just telling you, like, you know, they say personal attacks. So he may have said, man, get your fat behind that, you know. Bro, I see coaches, bro. Like, think about the stuff that coaches used to say. The best part of you ran down your daddy leg. Like, your mama should have spit you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, coaches said wild stuff.
Like
You just took them. Huh? Yes. Yes.
Like Coach 30.
Yeah. Street. Perfect. And we look at that. And the reason you know why we laugh at that? Because you can relate to that. That's why you're laughing. The reason comedy is funny, because you can relate to the situation. Most people that don't laugh at jokes is because they can't relate to it. So that's why everybody laughs at Coach 30, because you can relate to the dude saying something. And, you know, at the end, what does he say? Our defense just like your mama, open like 7-Eleven. Dang, Coach, appreciate it.
That's tough, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right, man. What we got down there on the beach, man? Oh boy.
We got action, murderer.
Wide open down there. What's going on the beach, man?
Like 7-Eleven. I don't know, man. We got a lot going on. We got a lot going on. What you got going on, bro? So here's what I'm sorry. Go ahead, Street. Go ahead.
Nah, I just gonna talk about Restrepo. Xavier Restrepo came out and said he kind of felt like he tweaked his hammy before he ran yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Put out a tweet. Yeah. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, Xavier Restrepo was clocked at running a 4.7, 4.8-ish handheld time at Pro Day at Miami. I took video of him talking to Drew Rosenhaus 5 minutes after he ran. The family, they looked a little disgusted. And he came out with a tweet yesterday basically saying that he felt, let's see. He felt the pull. Let's see. We pull it up. We ain't gonna paraphrase.
In his hammy.
He felt the pull. He's a competitor. Let's see. We ain't gonna paraphrase.
Wood, what's up with you, baby? He said you got a Deerfield Beach came in full effect for sure. Hey, shout out to the homie. I'm sorry why you doing that, man. One of our homies passed, man. Shout out to Chuck Taylor in the building. Rest in peace, brother, man. God almighty, that was tough right there. Wood, what's up, baby? We'll talk. Hit me up later. Chuck, baby. What you got, Street? He did what now?
Oh, I'm looking for the tweet.
The thing in cyberspace right now, boy.
Did he take it down?
Oh no.
Maybe he took it down. Okay, maybe he took it down because I don't see it. But this is what it said. don't usually do this, but I feel like it's necessary due to the circumstances. During warm-ups yesterday before the 40, my right hand string tightened up on me and prohibited me to opening up and running my fastest. The reason I still ran is because for 2 straight weeks, let me see if it's still here. Oh, that's all I can read because the tweet is gone, Hayes. So basically, he ended it kind of like saying he's a competitor. That's why he ran for 2 straight weeks. He was running a 4.5 on clock consistently, and that's why he ran.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how to take that, dog.
I heard he was at Listen, I heard he was at Bommaritos. I heard he switched to a company named Perform. He said he was running 4.5s consistent. I'm not sure, bro. There's a lot of questions around what happened here. You know what I'm saying? I know another situation where a guy was training for the combine, and the trainer was telling him he was 4.4, reporting to his management company that he was 4.4. He got out there and bombed at the combine, and they come to find out they just came to the conclusion that the trainer was lying. Yeah, he was lying to get a client.
Oh,
that's another situation. There's a lot of questions here, right, Hayes?
It's bad business, Street. That's bad. That's hold up. That's nasty work.
Very nasty work.
That's nasty work. That's dirt work. That ain't that. That's beyond. That's dirt work right there.
That's nasty work, bro.
A lot of mercy. Yeah.
Definitely nasty work. But that's another situation. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of questions here. You hired Drew Rosenhaus. He's been doing it for 40 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he knows how to make decisions. If they saw him running a consistent 4.7, 4.8 in training, Hayes, I don't think there's no way they throw him out there. I don't like, you got to do that privately, right? You have to do it privately.
Hold on, Street. What are you insinuating?
I ain't insinuating nothing. I'm just saying, if they saw him running 4.7s and 4.8s in training, no way you throw him out there on pro day in front of the media. You got to do that in private, right? With the team, whoever asks you to come, you do it for them in private.
Yeah, if you've been training, and I said that before, if he is consistently cracking 4.5s, I would run. If I'm not, I don't run. If I need to do a private workout, then I would do a private workout. And for him to run what he ran, I think it was a 4.8. They end up officially making it a 4.7 something. But what I will say is, I'll say this. It's bad, bro. 4.8 is not good by any stretch of the imagination. It is. It is bad. This is the only upside for Restrepo. His production. If there was any question about his abilities playing the receiver position, his football IQ kind of negates some of that. His production negates some of that. But if he was mediocre and ran a 4.8, he should be on LinkedIn right now. That's just how I'm being honest. He should be on LinkedIn looking for a job. But because of who he is, his production, his off the field, just as a person, he's definitely got a shot. He's not injury prone, even though I know he did have an injury, I think his sophomore year. Tough as nails. He's going to sacrifice his body, all that good stuff. That's the kind of stuff that helped him. But his production is what kind of negates this 4.8 a little bit.
I bet somebody $100 if he stay in the league longer than 3 years.
Well, do me a favor, put an extra 100 on it for me. I need to get some of that.
Yeah, I don't bet against Restrepo. I don't. Yesterday was the first time I ever saw God let Restrepo down. First time. I'm not sure what went wrong. First time. I had a nice talk with God last night. I was like, God, maybe me, but you can't be bailing out on Restrepo. I've never seen him let Restrepo down. Never. What?
I'm trying to get my walk right.
Huh?
And you just set me back. You just made me run a 4.8 with God right now. You just set me back. I was running a 4.45 with God. I was running a 4.45, and I get on here. You just set me. You like my tweaked hammy.
I'm just saying. He fall on the ground. God found him, put the ball in his hands. I'm just saying. 2:00 in the morning at Cal, down 6 at the 6-yard line. God said, let's get it done, Strepo. Like we've seen so how many, you know what I'm saying? We're about to get shut out at Alabama. God was like, hey, put Restrepo in the game.
All right, let's get biblical with it, dog. Hey, what if God used Restrepo like Job? Lucifer comes to him and says, I will get him to forsake you. He said, you could do anything to Restrepo, just don't kill him. Huh? You can do anything. I'm gonna tell you how good. I'm gonna tell you how good my man Xavier Restrepo is. Guess what? I'm gonna show you. You told him he wasn't a Division I player. He got recruited by Miami. He ain't good enough to play at UM. He gonna transfer. Stayed there, became the number 1 receiver, broke the reception record. He ain't gonna get drafted. He's slow. You make him run a 4.8. What's next? Come on, talk to it now, Street. Huh?
That's the story of his whole life.
Hey, shout out to First Baptist of Hayes Street. Here we go. Talk to me.
That's the story of his whole life. Like everything people said he couldn't do, or he didn't look like he just did it. We thought TVD was just throwing him the ball because it was his roommate, and then 4 other quarterbacks threw him the ball.
Listen, I love it. Y'all know I'm a Restrepo fan, bro. Straight up and straight down. I'm just saying what I said to try to do it the other way. Because, oh God, I'm trying to get my 4.45 back. I'm trying to get my 4.45 time back with you, Lord. Lord, I was doing good. Hold up, I even got my cross. Street. I even got my cross on my neck. I'm trying, Street. Golly, man. Oh Lord.
I'm just saying, bro.
No, I'm just messing with you, bro. I don't know, man.
God-fearing kid. He's a God-fearing kid. He speaks about God all the time.
Sure.
Yesterday was the first time I saw God go to lunch on him, bro.
No, God wasn't going to lunch. That was see, I'm saying God allowed
God don't go to lunch.
He don't go to lunch. He don't need to eat. He created lunch.
Huh?
God created lunch, Street. What you talking about?
Okay, he took a nap. God don't take naps.
He never sleep.
Oh shit, he never sleep. He like Santa Claus.
Do time stop? No, and he don't either.
So you telling me God watched Restrepo get in them blocks. The biggest day of his football career. Been there for him his whole life.
That's right.
From the God and everybody. I mean,
for sure.
God is watching.
Well,
and gave the chosen one a 4.8.
Yeah. You want to know why? I'm going to help you out.
Help me out.
Because it's already written. If he runs a 4.6, he could go to the wrong team where his production will be great. That 4.8, which seems like it hurts him, actually is helping him, putting him with the right organization. Just telling you. A 4.6, he goes to a team that don't use him properly. The 4.8, he drops down a little bit, get your eagle on. If you get what I went with that, he drops down a little bit and get his eagle on. You like what I did there? He drops down a little bit and get your eagle on. Come on now. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Some people look at what you think you see is what you don't see is what really matters. Wow.
Say it again.
Is what you don't see is what really matters. The things that you think you see is what you focus on, but it's the stuff you don't see is what really matters.
So God gave Restrepo 08.
Yep.
Because he was going to knock him down like Dwayne Wade.
God said
6 times and get up 7.
That's it.
All right. Maybe I'll buy
I'm just
that.
saying.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. I always tell people this street, you can always connect the dots going backwards, but never forward. It's only one man know which dots connect going forward. That's him. You wanna know why Brother Street?
Right.
You wanna know why Brother Street?
Right.
Because it was written. It's already written. Street, I'm gonna say one more thing here before we leave out here on this beautiful Wednesday evening. And you get ready to go to Kings Talk Live going forward. I was strolling through social media, and usually you find foolishness, but every now and then you find a gem. And we talk about the faith, and we talk about these things, Brother Street. Get my headphones up just a little bit, Brother Street. Here we go. Street, you get on a bus, you don't know the bus driver, and you're not worried. Street, you get on a plane and don't know the pilot, but you're not worried.
Right?
Street, you get on a cruise ship and don't know the captain, and you're not worried.
Right?
But Street, you walk through life and you scared every day, and you know God. What we talking about, baby? What we talking about?
Amen.
That's all I can say.
Sexual chocolate. That's way good. That's way good. That's
That's
way
all I'm
good.
gonna say. So with all that being said, the collection plate will be going around. Go ahead and drop 10 of butter in that thing. You know, you do it for the building, man. We out of here.
No Cash App cards in the collection plate. No Cash App cards.
I'm just saying.
And whoever left that EBT card last week, we ain't giving it back the next month. I think Asante Samuel needs God to get him into the Hall of Fame.
Y'all gonna listen, yeah. Do I need to say it again for the people in the back? Do I need to say it again for the people in the back?
Say it to him.
Brother Street, faith is a real thing. I'll say it one more time. You get on the bus and don't know the bus driver, and you're not afraid. You get on a plane and don't know the pilot, and you're not afraid. You get on a ship and don't know the captain, and you're not afraid. But you're scared to walk through life and you know God. Don't be afraid. Trust Him. Trust Him. Telling you, trust Him. So to brother Xavier Restrepo, you ain't got to please the people. Please the man. Your future's bright. Your future's bright because of what you have done on and off the gridiron. Don't waver, my friend. Don't waver. Stay the course. Stay the course.
Reach. Don't do it, Pastor. Reach.
promised land will arrive soon in the form of the locker room that you have desired. God bless and good night. Straight up, let's get it, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Shout out to Restrepo, man. Listen, only thing funny about this is that this is where Restrepo is comfortable being. Yes. Somebody telling him he can't do something. So whoever gives him a shot, because I can see Campbell sitting by Tennessee Titan general manager through the whole draft. Hey, man, draft the Chico, man. 4th round. I can see I can see Campbell pushing for it, bro.
100%, bro. Let me check my cash out right quick. I think we might got a little dab.
Yeah, see how much you made, bro.
Coach need a new Cadillac. What the?
Nathan, who put EBT cards in the collection plate?
Bruh, I appreciate you, Panda S. We got $10 to get Rob from Texas off the show yesterday. Appreciate y'all.
Dang, people donating to get people off the show.
Oh yeah, Panda S in the building. I never had to accept payment from PayPal before. Please confirm you would like to receive this. Okay, because somebody has requested money from me before, and I sent it to him by accident, thinking it was. I don't know. Maybe if I hit it 10 times, I get $100. But anyway, I don't know. We'll get it fixed. Bro, I got to get up out of here. I'm supposed to be doing the show for the Hurricanes at 9:00, though. You got an ounce, how?
You ain't trying to do nothing.
You got an ounce, how?
I don't see how. See how Restrepo them. Oh, but you put the dang on church choir up there.
My bad.
Put on church choir.
I don't see how. This coach got fired for doing his job.
Uh-oh.
All he did was tug a little ponytail. Here's what I'll say about this. Definitely out of line. You're coaching young ladies. This is high school. I think a state championship game or something like that. Semifinal game. Of course, she's crying. She's emotional. But number 24 right here. She's the mother hen. He pulls her ponytail. He's pissed or something. But watch her reaction. Watch what she does. No, don't do that. Don't do that. And she pointed her finger at him. Yeah. So he pulls the ponytail. But watch number 24. See her comforting her? She's like, nah, you ain't doing that. Watch this. One thing I say about these millennials, they ain't scared to step up. I call them millennials, but the Gen Zs or whatever they call.
Hey, he coaching in the wrong era. She went finna back down. She's like, you better use your inside voice with me.
Bro, here got a funny thing. He coaching in the Bobby Knight era, and we in the Dora the Explorer era. He in the wrong. Hey, boy, you need to go back to the future and jump in the DeLorean, boy. Hit the button, boy. You in the wrong era, dog.
Hey, he probably in jail by now, boy. They ain't having that, boy.
Well, they fired him. But here's the funny thing, right? How many guy coaches used to slap helmets? Right? Bah, tighten up. Damn, coach. You know how many coaches I've seen take their whistle and hit the top of a kid helmet. Ding! You know how loud that is inside your helmet?
Yeah, our coach used to throw chalk at us. Hey, that man was wild, man. That man was crazy. Hey, what if that's your daughter and you're sitting in the stands 5 feet away from him?
Yeah, I'm going off because that right there, and that's the thing about ladies' sports, right? Women's sports. That right there, old man getting split. I ain't gonna lie to you. You getting split. If he was fussing at her, I'm not tripping. But to physically snatch her, pull her hair like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dog, I don't lose it often. Like I can stay calm, and I would have lost it. I think I would have lost it. I think I would have Jimmy Superfly Snooker. I don't care how old he was.
Yeah. You snatch her hair like that, and she's not doing anything to you know what I'm saying? Regardless, that's not even that. But you snatch her hair, yeah, she's crying. She's 17, 16, 17, 18, whatever she is.
You don't snatch men hair. Like if a kid got dreads, think about it. You don't snatch a little boy hair.
Right.
Yeah, dog. It would have been off the top. Off the top, ring rope. Jimmy Superfly.
You going to jail today? We going to jail today. All right, what you got for us? Oh, that was brought to you by Coach A's Football WREs. Make sure you go ahead and like, share, subscribe. All the top players in the country getting broken down through the ranking system. Action.
I don't see how, man. I don't see how it's brought to you by the Villain membership, man, where you can only watch the number one player in the nation interview. Jackson Cantwell. Villain membership. Become a member, dog. Become a villain. Put the link in. Put the link down here.
So
hook y'all up with the link as soon as I get a chance. Hey, listen, betting is legal. Throw that up there. Betting is legal in Florida. At least it's illegal in Florida. You can go out here and bet.
Okay.
I don't see how, dog. Like, people still dog fighting. Former NFL player LaShawn Johnson charged in FBI's largest dog fighting bust in U.S. history, 190 pit bulls seized. Bro, listen, people still dog fighting? Like those dogs that used to fight, those type of pit bulls, I think people done bred most of them. Like the bully pit bulls are not fighting pit bulls. They kind of have bred that fighting out. So that means these dudes got a community of pit bulls, right? From the 90s, right? that and they still have their old pit bulls, right? Because those bullies and stuff are not fighting dogs. So these dudes got real pit bulls. They're somewhere, they got a community of real pit bulls with fighting in their bloodlines and ABA papers, and the papers, they got the bloodline on it and who's a champion and who's a. Some people don't understand that the fighting thing was real. When you used to breed a pit bull and get one with papers, you could see his bloodline and what his father was, a champion, and you could see that in their papers. So these dudes like got real pit bulls. Like I hope people understand what I'm saying. Like the pit bulls you see today, a lot of times aren't those dogs anymore. They're not the dogs with the fighting in them. Especially those little bullies. Those little bullies aren't fighting dogs. So somewhere in America, these boys got some 2000 pit bulls, some 1990 pit bulls, and they had 200 of them. Bro, betting is legal. Bro, why would you why would you still be fighting dogs?
You know what I'm gonna say, Street? I'm with you. I think that it's like anything. You could buy liquor from the liquor store, but people still make moonshine, right? It's just one of them things. I guess you're not regulated in an essence. It's probably cheaper. You probably don't have to pay you don't have to get a certificate. You don't have to pay a league fee. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things. It's unfortunate. You're right. It is legal. But I don't think dog fighting is legal. So it's the kind of gambling you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, like it takes. Listen, Hayes, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to breed these dogs and train these dogs to fight. And there's cameras everywhere.
I'm with you. I don't understand it because I'm not into it. And I know you say you used to raise pit bulls, I think. But we used to have a little dog fighting thing. I never knew it was dog fighting. I always thought people were just partying when I was older. And then they had a little a sting back there. And then they had all the, animal control, and everybody knew it was dog fighting then. But for years that went on. Every Friday night, it'd be, cars at the cars. And we thought they would just, and they would have DJ back there playing. So you don't hear the dogs growling and barking. The DJ playing the music loud. So you just thinking they having a party. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For years that went on, dog. For years, every Friday, music playing loud. You never heard a dog. If police would have came to my door and say, "Have you ever heard dogs barking around here?" No. So yeah, it's a little different, man.
You didn't know what was going on?
Now we just thought people were partying, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Friday night, every Friday, bunch of cars over there, people hanging out. Never knew it was a dog fighting ring going on down the street.
All right, man, let's get up out of here, bro.
We getting ready to get up out of here. It's 9:04. I'm gonna do it at 9:30, y'all. I'm sorry. We going to Miami 9:30. Street, what you want to talk about, man? Not a damn thing.
What? At 9:30?
No, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Anyway, real quick, man. Shout out to Footballville. Mama so strong. She the only person in America that could break a pit bull's lockjaw with her bare hands. We out here.